Hello followers and welcome back to MrMFretwell Plays Minecraft, and in today's episode we're going to be finishing up the towers here for the gatehouse, and I think I'm going to add the defences to the walls today. So I know I said I was going to try and go back and forth, but I really just want to get that finished now because I have very little left to do on the fort structure, and I would kind of like to see it finished, so we're going to work on that today. So I've also solved a couple of problems since last episode. First one down here is I've started working out dimensions for the cave spider spawner, and it turns out that it's going to just fit, I believe anyway, but the pathway, that's going to need some altering, but that is easy to alter compared to this because I can move a pathway. I can't move a spawner. So I did a bit of measuring out here with I believe you pronounce it Exuma. I looked at his cave spider tutorial and it just about fits in. These two stone brick blocks right here are the storage room, so I'm hoping that I don't get cave spiders in the storage room, and I hope that they all spawn in here, but if I use this wall setup I will be able to get everything in. So yeah, that's that. Second problem, as you can see, the villager is no longer here. Did a bit of research since last episode, and oh, I've got these cooking up in here as well. I did a bit of research since last episode, and I found out a couple of things. Oh, I have more potatoes, good. I found out a couple of things, and it seems that there are only really two ways of solving the villager problem. The first way of solving it is to kill the villager, then obviously it's going to go away, but I didn't really want to do that, so I solved it a different way. I sent the villagers to a place where zombies don't exist, and that is the Nether, of course, because no zombies can get into the Nether, and nothing will try and pathfind to attack a villager within the Nether, because there's only pigmen, ghasts, and the fortress mobs over here. So I converted another one. I had a golden apple which I found in a dungeon chest a while ago, and I got this librarian here. This is the butcher we had before. As you can see, problem solved. This is the same guy in a minecart, and this guy, he has a pretty good trade, paper for emeralds. We got this librarian, so yeah, that's all I can say as regards what I've done with the villagers. I've just put them in the Nether for now. When I'm done, or whenever the bug gets fixed, then I'll move them back into the overworld. Now, the way I did that is I basically built a portal in front of where the villagers were held captive, and then I cured them, and I pushed them through in minecarts, and I obviously had to break the cart on the other side, but then I just pushed them back into a cart on the other side just to stop them from running around everywhere. And that seems to have done the trick, because I'm not getting lag here anymore, and I'm not getting lag in the other parts anymore. So that seems to have solved that problem. Hopefully that bug gets fixed soon, but who's to say? I mean, it has been reported because UHC Season 12 from Minecraft got messed up by this particular change. So hopefully the Mojang team will look into fixing that one, because it's quite a priority. And what else have I done? I've moved all the cobblestone I have up here. This is all the cobblestone that I have in my world currently. I have emptied all of my chests down in the branch mines. So we are running pretty low on cobble now. I don't think I've done anything else aside from that, so I also worked a little bit in the cave down below, just kind of tidied it up a little bit, but nothing too significant to the point where I would feel it needs some sort of special mention. So yeah, as far as today's episode goes, we're going to work on this. Now, I kind of have an idea for this, but I am not entirely sure how it's going to look, because I have not built anything like this before, as you guys know, and this is the area that I have least clue as to what to do with, honestly. So all I know is it needs a window here and a window there, and we're going to kind of build as we go along, really, because I don't have many other ideas at the moment as far as testing this thing is concerned, and kind of building something which people would like. So I don't know too much at the moment. That didn't make any sense at all, did it? All I know is that I'm just going to try with this and make it look good. I know that I want to put some form of maybe wooden roof on it, something like that, sort of like cap it off. But again, it just all depends on how it looks. So whatever I do with this design as my final design, I will go with for the other tower. And that will form the gatehouse, which is then the final part to the main towers and turrets and everything else that kind of sits with this fort. Now, with this, this is going to be quite short and stumpy. It's not going to be very big because it doesn't need to be. It's only going to be 2 floors high. So we're going to kind of come up to this height, really, and that's probably going to be the limit. Now, obviously I'm going to have to work on some doors and so forth, probably do something like that, but that's not really what I would consider a priority at the moment. So I kind of... Do I have any wood on me? I do. That's good. So I have wood so that I can kind of fill the floor in, which is a good step. Do I have ladders on me? Yep, I do. I came prepared today, that's for sure. So I can put my ladder through. There's probably only going to be a ladder here. I'm not going to go full blown with stairwells and everything else. So yeah, that's kind of my thinking at the moment. So put that there. We've got torches in here, so we're good to go on that front as well. So now we've obviously got this roof deck situation going on here. And I think I want to kind of match the style that we've been going for with the sort of like indented parts here. I think that would look pretty cool. So to do that, we're going to need to head down all the way to the bottom again and kind of work out how that's going to look. Now, I've typically done a lot of this off camera, and I may end up working on this off camera as well. I just kind of... I want to incorporate some of me building it because I don't think I've really showed much of that off camera, I mean on camera, before. I've done most of it sort of off camera, so hopefully we can actually come up with something good together rather than me going away and kind of figuring it out for myself and going down that route. And I am going to make a lot of stairs because they're going to come in handy sort of post this part of the build, so don't worry about that. So we're going to need to leave room for the door in there, obviously. As far as this part is concerned, I'm just thinking of going with that. I mean, it looks kind of... That looks pretty good, actually, as far as the gatehouse is concerned. I may do that and then eventually put in some form of gate there, or a higher raised door and so on, just to kind of make it look more consistent. But for right now, it's kind of everything that I want, so... Yeah, that's kind of the bottom part, I guess you could say, of this tower and how I want that to look. Now, do I want to continue cutting through here? Because if I do, that's going to make it very small. But then again, it doesn't have to be very big, so I'm going to have to kind of work that one out. So let me just make 64 of those, and... we can use these, and if I want to do that, I guess I'm going to have to kind of come up here, aren't I, and sort of work with what we've got going on here. So if I look out here, there's a groove in this particular part, which we can take out, and then there is a groove here, I believe. Yep. So we can take this one all the way up to the roof part, and again right here. So let's take this up to the very top. And we kind of, it does look a little choppy at the moment, I won't deny that, but we just need to kind of play around for a little bit here, and I want to put those in there. And how big does this make this? I mean, I'm not going to put anything really in it, so it's not like a viewing tower or anything of that nature. It's kind of, whoops, it's kind of just a standard tower, really. It doesn't serve much more purpose than that. As far as windows go, I could make this flat if I wanted to and put a window in here maybe. and that would be a pretty cool way of maybe incorporating windows. I want to take a look at how this looks from down here. So how does that fare? Obviously that's going to have to go, that wood there and at the top, but it doesn't look too terribly bad actually. I thought it may look a little worse than that. Obviously with the wood gone I think it'll look more complete, and I think that it does need to go a little bit higher than what we currently have it, but that's something that can be changed fairly easily. Certainly that wouldn't be too difficult. So let me see. Wood I could kind of change, although ladders will be easier, I think. Again, I don't know this stuff inside out, so I'll just have to see on that one. Alright, so we've got that, and I'm just going to come across here and get rid of this one as well. There we are, so that looks a bit more kind of consistent now. I'm going to jab that out if I can. There we go, and I'm done with the ladder here now, so we can take this down. I really like how it looks and matches with the stone brick all the way around. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, but it definitely does need to go taller before we're kind of done with that, so I'm gonna just get this done. Now the defense as part of this build, I've already got what I want to do with that in mind. I know exactly what I'm going to be doing and how I want to do that, so that shouldn't be too complex at all really to get done. It's just this part which is the complex part. So there we go, so we've got rid of that now. Obviously I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'm just going to work on the front bit and then I'll work on the back bit off camera. And I think I am going to go with the window idea that we had. Unfortunately I can't really test it out as much as I would like at the moment, but I think that will look pretty cool with iron bars in it. I don't own any iron bars off my current inventory, but I will be able to make some fairly easily. So at this point, what do we got going on? Not bad. As far as how tall this ended up, it went, what, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. It went 5 above the wall. Currently we're at 4 above the wall. So I think if we go 5 above the wall again, and then start work on the roof section, then I think we'll have a nice good height to kind of work with. So I'm gonna obviously do this again, like so. This is going to take us to 6 above, sorry, 5 above, and then this next row right here will be where the stairs and so forth, the stone brick stairs, kind of fit in to this part. So let me work on this for a moment and let's just see what this looks like. Like we did over there, the stone brick stairs, and then I'll probably run a lip of stone bricks around it, like I did over there. And then we can just kind of get funky with slabs and stairs and so forth, to make a unique looking design. Oops. And then I just want to work on the wooden section of the roof. That is a good height. I like that height. I don't think it needs to be necessarily any taller than that, so yeah, I like that look. I like the sort of the whole iron bar thing that we've got going on, and it looks bigger on the outside than in the inside, so I think we've got it right overall. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to work on the other 4 sides, and I'm going to do this all around, and I'm probably going to work on a little bit of a sort of roof design to try and sketch out my concepts, because that's always the hardest bit, and if I'm not careful I'm going to end up rambling on about how I want to do this, and this is where the complex part comes in. So I'm going to work on this for a little bit, and I will be right back, guys.